I'm here to cover on the art of sponsorship. All right, thank you. Somebody is recording. So I'm here to cover on the art of sponsorship. I'll make it very basic, very simple, and very short as well, so that by the end of it all, we'll have gotten something that can help us to build our business, and most especially when it comes to sponsoring. So that is what I'll cover. But before that, let me share briefly about myself. Is the person speaking to you today. I'm actually coming to you live from Moranga. In Nairobi today, they had demonstrations. So what I decided is that let me run to Moranga and build my business from Moranga. So to all the distributors who are on this call, if you are currently within Kenya, kindly note that we have a shop in Moranga. We will be launching the shop very soon, and you will see the official updates very soon, so that we can all come together and build business back in Moranga. So I'm currently a crown leader. I'm also a car awardee for the last year, 2025. I'm also international travel qualifier for this year, 2026. I will be traveling to Singapore and Malaysia as well. And I'm so very excited. So that is briefly about myself, a crown leader, a car awardee. I've also qualified for some of the travel that this company promises. I'm a team leader and a platinum Jacaranda member with over 5,000 distributors. Some of them are consumers of the product, others are serious business builders. And that is why I am actually getting this chance today to share with you a few tips I've learned in matters of sponsorship that has enabled me to grow such a huge network. I've not been here for so long. I've been here for 2 years in the business, and so far so good. I like what I'm doing. I love the progress, and I would like to be part of SUMA forever. So I am a fresh graduate from the uni, but a graduate who has never went looking for a job. Straight from the uni, then somebody shared with me about SUMA. I listened and I looked at what other people were achieving. And I said to myself, if other people can do it, then why not me? There is no need of going to drop my CVs. Yet I've seen an opportunity that can give me 10 times, 100 times of whatever my other career would have given me. For the very first time in SUMA, I saw somebody earning 1 month's income was enough to help me achieve my dreams. What would have taken me almost 40 years. And that is what convinced me. Because the goals, the kind of goals I had and the income I needed to be able to achieve those goals, there was somebody earning such an income in just one single month. And that is what converted me. And from then I decided to plug in and become part of the business. Brief about my background. I come from a very humble background. I was raised in Nairobi from a family of 5, and I'm the firstborn. And growing up, I had a dream of changing my family background, because looking at how I was raised and the kind of lifestyle I was given by my parents, it wasn't the kind of lifestyle I honestly wanted to give back to my family. So that is why I always say that coming to SUMA was like my answered prayer. It was like a prayer that was answered to me, because that is what I'd been praying for the longest. And growing up, they used to tell me that the only way you can change your family background is you go to school, study very hard. After school, you'll get a good job. Then you can use that to change your family background. Until I met SUMA, and honestly speaking, so far so good. So as we move forward, there's a phrase I like sharing with people, that the illiterate of the 21st century are not those who cannot read and write, but the people who cannot learn new ideas and learn and keep learning again. There are so many people who would have taken advantage of the opportunity we have in SUMA. Even some other people are already inside of SUMA, but they are not taking advantage of the golden opportunity we have in SUMA, simply because they are not willing to unlearn what they knew previously and start learning new ideas. So even as I get started with my presentation, I'm urging that be willing to learn. Be willing to unlearn a few things that you didn't know, or you are doing them the wrong way. Learn what is currently working, and even in the near future, be always open-minded to keep learning. Because that is the only way you can, if you move with the trends, that is the only way you can beat all kind of odds in the business. So that is it. That is the kind of background I'm talking about. That's why for me, I treat this business with the seriousness it deserves. I do it like my entire life depends on it, because it for sure does. I like telling people that for me, I'm not just in BF SUMA, but BF SUMA is inside of me. That is the background. And actually, many of the times, this is what I've used to share with my team, to share with my guests, to share with anyone who is interested. And this is exactly what I've used to convert them, because that was the background. And my dream was to change the background. And at least I'm not yet where I would like to be, but somehow this company BF SUMA has changed a lot. It has changed my life in ways that I'd never imagined. All right, thank you. I like the comments. Let's keep moving. Now, that is the current. I might not have had the time to share everything from where it all got started from. But currently, that same guy you saw, coming from such a background, it is the same guy you are seeing on that screen. It is the same guy who is being paid a 7-figure income by this company, BF SUMA. I know we are watching from different countries here today. There are those that are watching live from Kenya, others from Tanzania, others from Uganda, others from Zambia, and other different countries. But I'm here to tell you that this company can for sure change your life. It has done it for me. It can as well do it for you. I believe earning such kind of an income in your country, it is some good money that can help you in changing a few things here and there. And that has only been a journey for 2 years. So if I keep doing what I've done, then the story is going to be different in the next couple of years from today. So that is that. Courtesy of this same opportunity, those are my toys that I'm also currently driving. At least every morning when I wake up, I have a choice to make. Do I leave home using the small one, or do I leave using the bigger one? And it is BF SUMA I'm doing on a full-time basis. There is nothing else that I'm doing. It's only BF SUMA and BF SUMA. So that is it. And of course, I'm working really hard to make sure that I qualify my next one this year. It is what I'm pushing. And I know it's going to happen if I dedicate and stay committed to the business. That is the interior of the machine. It's actually, I like telling my team, it's a big toy for a big boy like me. If you check at the interior, the things that for me as Patrick, to you it could be normal, but to me, I had never seen such kind of toys and machines parked outside our home. I was the very first person ever to park such a car outside our home. And I believe to somebody who is listening here today, and you can resonate with my story, you could be the next person parking such kind of machine outside of your home. So that is it. Then currently, this is where I call home. I'm a crown leader currently, so I'm pushing very hard to qualify for my villa in the next, I think right now, less than 60 months, because you have to do it for 60 months, and I've already done that in for some few months. So as I wait for that villa from the company, I've also done something for myself. And from the same background I shared earlier, at least I've started changing it for myself and also for my family. If I had time, I would have played the entire clip, but I don't want to do that for now. BF SUMA can change a lot for you. From living in the ghettos of Nairobi to paying rent, and now this time around not paying rent. Yes, I don't own the entire building. It is not a villa yet, but at least I own a space in that building. And all that is courtesy of this business. From the money I've been making in this business, I like the language of saving. I spend 20%, 80%. I put it in things that in things that in a way can show that a lot has changed in my life. That is it. Let me go forward. Now, my presentation officially begins from here. I want to cover about the art of sponsoring. And during the previous meetings we've had at the HQ for the Jacaranda Club, I realized that for myself and for many of other distributors, we honestly have a challenge in matters sponsoring. And that is why today I am dedicating my time to cover on the same, so that we can change on how we've been doing the sponsoring in BF SUMA business. Checking from that, I have taken a screenshot and I've attached it with one of my recent achievements, which is qualification to travel to Masai Mara. And this time around, the company was doing it differently. There's no way you would have qualified to travel to Masai Mara or to Malindi if you didn't emphasize and focus much in sponsoring people. And for me, that is what I did. I made sure that I sponsored people, and I became part of those that qualified. Now, if you check on this side, this is a screenshot I took from my account. These was the numbers that we got for last month, over 446. Yes, I might not have a huge and active and vibrant team, I'm a group, but at least each and every other single month, the target is always to get more than 400 new people into the system. And after getting them into the system, the next target is sponsoring them, because there's a difference between recruiting just having somebody sign up and sponsoring them. And that is what I'll cover tonight. And I'm hoping to Kotayari, because that's what I've done. And that's what I teach my people. For this month, we are already at 41. After this meeting, log into your account, uangalie, since when the month started up to now, how many new people do you have in your network? Because a business which doesn't have new people sponsored, it is a business which is dying a slow death. New blood is the life blood of every network marketing organization. So let's get going now. See what is on my screen. It is time for change. It is time we all refrain from just recruiting. You start sponsoring people. We need to start sponsoring for sure. Not just recruiting, not just signing people up. And that's what I'll cover. But before that, I want to share some steps that will help us to bring this change. Yes, I know change is never easy. Somebody who is always focusing on just having the signups, then you let them figure it out by themselves. You go to your next one, and you're always focusing on the next person who is supposed to be plugging into the system. You forget about sponsoring and coaching and training, the one that you already have in your system. Because that is where leverage comes from, by the way. That is where the big results from this business, they are coming from. That's why if you check at, if you look at this bonus, the biggest percentage of this bonus is coming from LDB, Leader Development Bonus. Meaning you have to dedicate and commit in growing and building leaders. It doesn't matter where your level of education, doesn't matter your experience, it doesn't matter your expertise, it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your tribe, doesn't matter your country, but the only thing that matters is growing other people, sponsoring them for sure. I'll help us know the difference between recruiting and sponsoring people into your business. So I have 4 of them steps. Step number 1, it has to begin from here. If you're still following, kindly at the comment chat box, let me see us typing 1. I want to be sure that you guys are following and you're moving together. Yeah, all right, I'm convinced, thank you. So step number 1, it has to begin by deciding. Because at the end of it all, I might cover what I really want to cover today. Then you still go back and keep on being the same person you are before you attended this meeting. So it requires you to decide from the inside, to say that, yes, I've seen there is, I wasn't taking sponsoring seriously. I was doing a few mistakes here and there. It is okay. Because just say previously you had agreed to be a fool. You know, they say a fool learns from his own experience, but a wise man will learn from other people's mistake. So just tell yourself, previously you didn't know. You've learned from your own experience, but going forward, you want to decide that you want to dream big. Because if you look at the kind of goodies we are all getting from BF SUMA, honestly, we have to get back and dream again. There is a lot that we've not yet done. We've not even done a 10th of what this opportunity requires us to do. Whether you are listening to me from Kenya or from any other different country, there is a lot that we've not yet done. Simply because many of us have not yet, they don't yet have a big dream. When you have a big dream, you will never ever say that sponsoring people has become a challenge. You will never ever say that you are having a challenge between balancing selling, retailing, and sponsoring people. You will never say that. You will find ways possible to make sure that you want to sponsor people. You will have a team which is growing. You will have a constant flow of the new people coming into your team. And you will keep checking. Last month, I had 400. Out of the 400, how many have moved to a new rank? They all started at star 2. How many have qualified to get to the next star? Somebody says they can't hear me. Is it true? Lucy Mbudia, am I audible? Or should I just ignore the chat box and proceed? All right, I'm told I'm audible. Oh, thank you. All right, so decide to dream big. Secondly, decide to develop a big team. That residual income we are all looking for. That time and financial freedom. Because that is what will set us apart. That is what will set BF SUMA, network marketing, and a job apart, and other traditional business apart. We have to build a team. That's where residual income will come from. That is where the freedom is coming from. That is why touching other people's lives will come from. That is the only way you can have somebody mention your name when they are sharing their story. So the next thing is that you have to decide to become top earners. Do you know, by the way, it is very practically possible for any of us who is part of this meeting to become the top one in Africa. The only thing that you need to do, become a senior crown leader, sponsor other more people, and develop other 10 senior crown leaders under your network. All your directs have 10 different legs, and all of them, let them become senior crown leaders. And you will see yourself becoming a top earner. Even if maybe not the top, but you will be somewhere among the top earners. The next thing is decide that you will give it your best shot. Decide you will talk to each and every other single person. Decide you will do that skill. You will conquer your fear and do that you've never done before. And you will see yourself sponsor and have a team which is growing. The next time when they are saying, no, Masai Mara, you need to do your personal PVs and you also need to sponsor people. The one for Malindi, it is the one that honestly, it is the one that made me feel like there's a place, there's a level you've not yet gotten to. Because very few leaders manage to sponsor even a single person. And that was part of the requirement. But I'm hoping starting from now onwards, all of us will decide we are giving it our best shot. We decide to soar with the eagles. You will decide to build a team with people that are dedicated and they are ready and willing to commit in doing the business. The other one is to take immediate massive action. After the few tips you learn here today, don't keep analyzing about the tips and whether you'd like to implement them or you don't want to implement them. It's about time you just take immediate massive action. Based on the tips I'll share here today, go do it 10 times, 100 times, and look at the kind of results you want to get. The other one is you need to outwork yourself. Do what you've never done before, and we'll meet at the top levels when you are sponsoring big numbers. Secondly, step number 2 for change in art of the sponsorship is you develop the skills. I tell people every skill you will ever have to use to sponsor people the right way in this business, it is learnable. If you're following, write it down, learnable. Every skill you can use to sponsor people the right way, it is learnable. It is very much learned. All of us can learn it. And the good thing is that you are not paying school fees for you to learn. You are learning for free. You are not taking a whole 7 years like doctors take for you to learn the skill. No, it can take the shortest time possible. You can actually learn it as you implement, as you make mistakes, correct your mistakes, and keep on learning. So develop the skills. Attain all the tools possible, tools that you need. Like in my team, we have the right tools that will help somebody to make the journey of sponsoring easier. We have a book we call Contact List Builder. If you never had that in your team, you can start implementing it from today. Contact List Builder, where you write down all the contacts you've collected at the end of each and every other single day. When you are getting your contacts, how are you saving them? For us, we save them in the Google so that you don't end up missing them. When it comes to the WhatsApp, we have 2 separate WhatsApp. One is it is strictly for the clients. The other one is strictly for the business opportunity. Because when you want to share a product here, at the same time, you still want to sponsor people using that. That's why many of the people don't want to listen to you, because they are interested with the lifestyle. Again, you are sharing a product. They are not seeing the relation because they are not yet part of the business. That is part of the tools. So attain and get all the possible tools. Attend all the trainings, attend all the events. Imagine there are people who are missing this today. And that is how somebody will still have issues with sponsoring and all that. The other one is you have to master the pay plan and the products. You have to read everything you can in matters our industry, network marketing. You have to keep perfecting your skills. You know, it is said practice is what makes perfect. It is not learning. It is not listening to Patrick. It is not attending. It is practicing that will help you to get what? Perfect. So as you practice, you will be coming closer to perfecting your major skills. Have the name list and learn how to prospect, how to invite, how to present, and how to follow up as well. The next step, number 3, is you analyze results and you adjust as well. So you begin by analyzing your personal signups. How many signups have you gotten? It is the first half of the year is gone. When you go back and analyze your results before you even blame your team, because that is what many leaders, and I believe I'm speaking to leaders here today. Many leaders, what they want, it is blame the team before you blame yourself. If you go back from the month of January, if you are in business before January, Feb, March, all the way to the current month, how many personal signups have you gotten? Then you can check the one from the team. Check at your personal reorders. How many months have you done your PUPP, your personal use product pack? Are you doing that every other single month? It is a monkey do monkey see kind of a business. If your team sees you doing that, then they'll automatically do that. For me, there is a rule I've set for the entire team. After payday, the very same day of the payday, it's a day to do your PUPP. Yes. many rank ups you're having in your team. Look at the number of people you have in the training each and every other single day. Like for example, in this meeting, you have to look at how many people do you have in this meeting. As you are learning, how many other people are still learning. Then look at the number of presentations you are doing together with your team. Look at the skills you are learning, and after you analyze, it's about time you adjust. You adjust and you decide to do things differently. The next one is develop a good attitude. Because everything that you do, the art of sponsorship, biggest percentage is attitude. A very small percentage is where action applies. But the biggest percentage is an attitude. And not just attitude, but the good attitude. One, to the company, again, to the products, to your team, to your sidelines, to your uplines, to your leaders, to yourself, to the system, and to your own future. It always begins from there. There's an example I always like giving. Yeah, sure. Somebody can help in that. Somebody can help. There is somebody calling themselves Daktari who is in the wrong place. I guess they got the link by a mistake. Anyway, admin will help. The host will help us to work on that. Now, developing a good attitude to all that. Company, products, to your team, to your sideline, to your leaders, to yourself, to the system, and to your own future. A good attitude. I was giving an example of the reasons why the lion is the king of the jungle. Lion is the king of the jungle, not because he's the fastest or the largest or the tallest or the whatever animal in the jungle. Lion is the king of the jungle because of a good positive attitude. When a lion sees giraffe, he doesn't see the tallest animal in the jungle. Lion sees food. When a lion sees the fastest animal in the jungle, he doesn't see that fastest animal. He sees food. That is the same kind of attitude you need to have. There are many of us, when you hear about BF SUMA, you will think about something else. For me, when I hear about BF SUMA, I only think of the good things that comes together with BF SUMA. There is somebody else, when they hear about BF SUMA, the only thing that comes into their mind, sponsorship. Now I have to build a team. It is very hard. I have to sponsor. It's very hard. Now I have to do what? I have to attend the meetings. I have what? I have to work on my mindset, personal development. The only thing they see is that, somebody when a glass has, they don't see a glass which is a half full of water. They only see a glass which is a half empty of water. So attitude is very important. And a few things you can use to either weed or to cultivate a good attitude. Weeding out the wrong attitude will include the following. Number one, it is a distributor who has the inability to admit wrongdoing. Somebody that when you correct them, they will hate you. You correct them, and instead of taking the correction positively, they only want to hate you. That is somebody who already has the wrong attitude. Secondly, is somebody who fails to forgive. There are many of us who are not able to sponsor just because 1 year ago somebody wronged you. 1 year ago your crossline wronged you. 1 year, 2 years ago your upline wronged you. 2, 3 years ago, your upline said something that, in a way, it didn't sit well with you. You keep on focusing so much on that, and you forget about what brought you in business. Yeah, that is somebody who has a wrong attitude, failing to forgive. The other one, number 3, is petty jealousy. Somebody who never wants to see other people growing. Whether you like it or not, let me tell you something. In this industry, overtaking is allowed. There is somebody who will come a year from today, and they will overtake all of us here today. They will be the ones rocking, whether we like it or not. It's allowed. But if you're the one who feels like they are a threat to you, now you have the wrong attitude. Petty jealousy. The other one is the disease of me, selfishness. As a networker, as a BF SUMA distributor, you are never supposed to have that selfishness. If possible, have what you call selflessness. And think more of other people than yourself. The other one is the critical spirit of always wanting to complicate things. In our business, the slogan is always to make everything simple. Make it simple and we'll duplicate. Whatever doesn't duplicate, don't do it. Don't just do it. It is what duplicates. It doesn't matter what works, but what duplicates. I want to see that at the comment chat box. It doesn't matter what works, but what duplicates. Then, of course, the other one is a desire to hog all the credits. There are people, whenever BF SUMA is mentioned, you want to always keep hogging all the credits. But whenever something goes wrong, you want to blame other people. Hapo kwa blame, you're not there. But when it comes to the credits, you want to get all of them. you have a problem with your attitude. Then lastly is not appreciating others. I know there are people who never want to appreciate others. You attract what you celebrate. If you don't want to celebrate those that are doing what you've not done, how ever on earth will you ever see yourself growing and succeeding? Even in the art of sponsorship, there is no way you will go to somebody who has been so good in sponsorship. You don't want to appreciate them, you hate them, and you still want them to come and train and coach you. It can never be possible. So that is that. So now, in developing the right attitude, what are you supposed to do? Number one, evaluate your present attitude. I know based on what I've covered, you know where you are. It doesn't matter how long you've been here, how long you've been part of this business. Attitude is attitude. By now, you know which side you are. So begin by evaluating your present attitude. Realize that faith is stronger than fear. That faith is the one which is required more than your fear. Because everything you need requires only faith and belief from you. And it is on the other side of fear. So write a statement of purpose. Number one, specifically on what you want. Verbalize and tell it to other people. It is called public declaration. Share it with other people. Let them know, yes, I'm going for this senior crown leader. Come rain, come sunshine. Right now, you might be at leader, you might be at star 4, but let people know you are going for that senior diamond leader because it is very possible and doable. Me, that is exactly what I do. Like right now, I can't sleep. The next rank I'm working towards, it is a senior crown leader. And everywhere I go, every time I meet people, I always have to make sure I've told them that so that they can hold me accountable. We call that public declaration. And of course, most importantly, take action, because action takers are the people who will for sure get results. Have the desire to change, live one day at a time, and have the abundance mentality. When it comes to sponsorship, you know, there are people who always keep on saying that, you know, it seems like almost everybody in that town you are currently located, almost everyone knows about BF SUMA. You know, I've tried, every time I speak to a prospect, they've heard about my company. Me, if there's something I like is getting somebody who already has an information about my company, because they make my work easier. They know already. The only part remaining is me converting them. But there's somebody else who will give that as an excuse. You know, almost everybody I try to talk to in my school, almost everyone in my church, I've heard about the products, I've heard about the opportunity. You know, that is the kind of scarcity mentality I'm speaking about. Switch from having the scarcity mindset and adopt the abundance mentality. And all of us will be sponsoring like crazy. We'll all bring new people on board, we'll sponsor them, and they will be getting results from the business. Develop good habits and continuously choose to have the right attitude. Now, I want to ask a question. Every time you hear about BF SUMA, what comes into your mind? Type it for me at the comment chat box. Every time somebody mentions BF SUMA, what comes into your mind? Because for me, every time I hear BF SUMA, the one thing that comes into my mind is, wow, another car is loading, another travel is loading. Singapore is calling, Masai Mara is calling, Malindi is calling. All those good things, that is what comes into my mind. But for you, every time you hear about BF SUMA, even if somebody wakes you up at night and they mention BF SUMA, what is the first thing that comes into your mind? Because attitude, it is how you think and how you feel about what you're thinking. That is what attitude is. So when BF SUMA is mentioned, what comes into your mind? Wow, brighter future. I saw a huge team, becoming a millionaire, a lot of money, financial freedom, another machine is loading, lifestyle, life transformation. When I die, is loading, success is loading, my dream come true, exposure is loading, generational change is coming, full package. Wow, I like that. Big team, German machine, best lifestyle. Wow, they're coming in fast and furious. Anyway, I'm done with the one for attitude. Let's now get to the subject matter for the day, which is the art of sponsoring. So what's the difference between the two? Recruiting and sponsoring. Here's the difference. Listen and listen carefully. Sponsorship it's just recruiting people and that's all. It's more than that. It is more than just people signing up. It is simply identifying. Tell you something. In the marketplace, we have a mixture of both chickens and eagles. We have the mixed chickens. So you have to, sponsorship is always be there. And the chickens will always form the biggest percentage. So you have to be so good at identifying your what? Identifying your eagles, your leaders, that is. You have to be there to guide them as well. Sponsorship is guiding. Sponsorship is training. And it's also helping other people to succeed. And that is why you can even see from the top companies' management, they are organizing for such kind of trainings. Why? Because they don't want people to only get recruited. They want people to be sponsored. That is it. Now, next thing, very simple question. If you look at this image or diagram I have on my screen, many of us think sponsoring is this. When you just get somebody, you put them down there. In fact, there are people who do this. When you sponsor somebody down under your downline, you just want now, you want the downlines to start taking responsibilities. You want to run away from responsibilities. You know, you are the upline, you know, you are the one who sponsored. It's like you are helping them so much and you want to run away from your responsibilities. Guys, it doesn't work that way. Everybody you sponsor, no matter which level, they are still, you are the one who still sponsored them. Your main target should have been making them successful. So why are you leaving them to somebody else yet you're the one who sponsored them? So sponsoring is not this. I know this is what many of us know. Sponsoring is whatever you, even if you put them 10 levels down there, you still have to be there for them. And that's what will now be the real sponsoring. Very simple question now. To the 1,000 plus of us in this call today, from where your business is at the moment, are you proud of yourself in matters sponsoring people? In matters recruiting new people to your team and sponsoring them through trainings and everything else I've covered. I want to be sure I'm addressing the right people. Are you proud of yourself? If you are not proud, type a word. If you are proud, say I'm proud. For me, I'm partly proud. I'm not that proud because there's a level that I've not yet gotten to. I look at my potential. I look at the many people I can bring into the business and they meet together with the team. And I'm like, if I'm not doing 1,000 plus, 2,000 plus new people brought on board every other single month, I've not yet done it fully. So yeah, I see many ones. Wow. Thank you so much. So I am addressing the right people. Now, we are in BF SUMA. We have amazing and wonderful, superior and unique products. We all know that the best way ever to have these products move to the marketplace, it is by doing what we are discussing today, sponsorship. Remember alone, maybe in a single day, I can move one product to the market. But if I have a team of 1,000 people and they are doing the same thing, and they can move exactly one product to the marketplace every other single day, we'll have moved 1,001 products to the marketplace. That is why the art of sponsorship is very important. And that is why BF SUMA as a company is using this as a way of moving the products to the marketplace. So I don't want to cover on this. Mercy covered quite a lot on this. Covered in the beginning, she covered on the different benefits you get from this company, what. But I just want to echo and emphasize and say that all what you can see on my screen cannot come if you don't work on sponsoring people. I'm telling you for a fact. The only one you can get is the first one, retail profit. But for how long? But going forward, the OPB, what, the travel, the car, everything else will come when we all decide to go out of our ways and sponsor like everything. Our entire business depends on that because it for sure does. So Mercy had covered on that. Now look at that. If you can take a screenshot. If you can take a screenshot of what you are seeing on my screen, building a balanced business. Anything that has got life, it needs to have some balance. That is why even our bodies, you need to balance the level of sugar in your body. Too much sugar can lead to diabetes. Low sugar can also lead to you collapsing. Your body needs sugar for energy. So lack of balance, honestly speaking, you can easily die. Same case to your business. Lack of balance in your BF SUMA business can lead to death. You have to learn how to balance between building a team and at the same time, you have to work how to balance building a team and moving the product. There has to be a balance between that. Because you cannot have a team of people who are never moving the product. Then what are you doing then? Again, you cannot focus on moving the products alone. You have to strike a balance between the two. And that is exactly how our body works. You have to balance the sugar. You have to balance cholesterol in your body. Too much cholesterol can lead to hypertension, high blood pressure in your body. No cholesterol, again, can lead to something else. That's why you have to continuously keep striking a balance between the two. Same case in your business. But now, there are many of us, especially for majority of the leaders, when somebody is new and learning how to do all these, they can always balance between the two. They having a team and also doing the sales here and there. But it reaches a point where now somebody wants to start complaining. I'm not able to balance. I'm so good in selling. I am not good in sponsoring people. That is one of the common biggest lies and mistakes I've seen and excuses I've seen people make. It is by the way, it all begins from the mind. If you tell yourself you can't, you're right. If you tell yourself you can, you're also right. And by the time we are getting out of this meeting, I would like all of us to have the mindset of I can. I've heard you. You've even given an example of how the body works. And from today onwards, don't worry, I'll share in the tail end of the presentation the exact location. Don't worry, I'll share. Now, you have to strike a balance between the two, and that is how your business grows. When I was new, I had a very big challenge, by the way. I also didn't start knowing all this. I had a very big challenge. I was good in having people come on board, recruiting them and sponsoring them. But again, I was forgetting about this side. Until I decided, I'm not giving an excuse. I will not say the problem is the company. I will not blame the price. I will not blame lacking the product knowledge. I will not blame the doctors. I will not blame anyone. I can only blame myself. And I had to go seek for the knowledge so that I can teach my team. And my team can start doing what? Can start moving the products. At some point, again, we lied so much in moving the products. And it's like I was forgetting to still keep building the team. And I realized I have to strike a balance, and I have to keep coaching and training my people to also strike a balance. So building a balanced business, it's a must. We have to keep doing the two. Selling, retailing, and building a team. Duplicating yourself and leading them the right way. Now, why recruiting and sponsoring is very important? Simply, recruiting and sponsorship, I'll explain further the difference between the two. But for sure, one has to begin with the other one. Sponsorship has to begin with recruiting. I'm assigning somebody up. That is where the two of them have to come together. Sponsorship has to begin with recruiting. But the moment you do recruiting alone, you sign up people and you forget to sponsor them. That is where the biggest problem comes into place. So it is the heartbeat of every growing network marketing business. It is how you expand, honestly. It is the only way you can one day have a team in South Africa. You can one day have a team in the US. You can ever one day have a team in India. You can one day have a team in Nigeria. You can one day have a team in outside of Africa. Without recruiting and sponsoring people, it is not going to be possible for you. It is the heartbeat of the business. It is the only way you expand. It is the only way you create impact. How does it feel? Let me ask, how does it feel when you get somebody in your team whom whenever they are sharing a story, they have to mention your name? Oh, it is because of you I am able to pay my school fees. I can support my family. I can put food on the table. How does it feel, by the way? Sponsorship, it is the only way you can create real impact. You can have more than enough people mention your name every time they're sharing their story. I am telling you. So it is the only way you unlock total freedom, both time and financial freedom, both for yourself and for other people in your team. All of us are here because we are seeking for that. Financial freedom and time freedom is not something that comes easily. There are even people who have the money, but they lack the time freedom. There are others who have the time, but they lack the money. Network marketing gives you the chance to enjoy both. Enjoy time freedom and also financial freedom. Do you think it will come easy? So why do you want to complain about sponsoring people? Why are you saying they're not catching up? Why are you saying they are not following what you've told them? It is not going to be easy. So have that in your mind. It only gets easy. In today's world, nothing is easy. It only gets easy when you die. And if ever somebody tells you that sponsoring will be easy, yani coaching people, coaching them day in, day out, telling them the same thing over and over again until they can do it by their own, until they can't do it wrong, it is never going to be easy. So just know, I'm ready for that which is hard. In fact, fall in love with that, and you will see everything change for you. Why do we have to recruit them as sponsor? Number one, it keeps the business growing. Your business grows based on that. Secondly, it brings new excitement. New excitement. That's why we say new blood is the lifeblood of your organization or your business. It creates leverage and passive income. Recruiting and sponsoring brings that. And that is why when I was starting my presentation, I talked about, no pain, no gain. I love that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I can see you're following. Peter Elvis, thank you so much. I see you're following. Thank you. Now, keeps the business growing, brings new excitement, creates leverage and passive income. And that is why when you were starting, I gave an example. In BF SUMA, what can happen if all of us say, I want to become a senior crown leader and I want to build 10 senior crown leaders under me, and tell me whether you'll not be making the millions of money. Tell me whether you will not, if you will not have achieved all your dreams, you will be closer to achieving most of your dreams. That is what brings about leverage and passive income. But without having a new person in your network, sponsoring, do you think you will ever have the 10 senior crown leaders in your network? Because your team will do exactly what you do. Nobody is coming to your team to do better than what you've done. They'll copy exactly what you've done. When you sponsor, they sponsor. You sponsor 10, they sponsor 5 each. You sponsor 20, they do the same. And sponsoring, again, I don't mean signing them up. No. Sponsoring is holding them until they can be in the top ranks and they can be doing everything by themselves. Now, the next one is unlocks the bigger bonuses and ranks. All the bigger bonuses, you unlock them when you sponsor. You unlock them when you sponsor people. It creates duplication. I've talked about that. You will do exactly what you do. You stop recruiting and your team does the same. You become a manager and your team start managing. The problem is now you will have a team of managers who are managing managers, who are managing other managers, who are managing nothing. And that is how you will have a team dying a slow death. Because everybody in the entire team is a manager. Kila mtu ni kiongozi. Everyone is a team leader. They are always in the management mode. They are managing other managers who are managing other managers who are managing nothing. So there is no duplication. But when there is sponsorship, there is duplication. Next, it empowers others to change their lives. When you sponsor somebody, they can easily change their life. It helps you to secure your future. The only surest way I know in our industry network marketing that you can have a future which is secured, that you can have a business even way late after you are gone. The next 100 years, 200 years is by sponsoring other people. They'll still keep on holding your business, even when years later you are not there. All right, let's move on. It begins from here, art of sponsorship. I have this system that I've used for the longest for myself and for the entire team when it comes to the art of sponsorship. And I normally call it the CFIA formula for your MLM success. If you are listening, you can kindly take a screenshot, save it nicely so that you will never ever forget about this particular formula. It's like a system. You know, when your team has a system, you avoid what you call repetition. You will not always keep repeating on what you have to share each and every other single day. You will even find a new champion. Like for me, even the newest person who joined yesterday, already they know, oh, we have a formula that we use as a team, which is called CFIA formula. It is a formula, it is part of the system that we use to sponsor new people on board. Even a newest person can know. This will help you to avoid confusion in your team. It helps in making sure that things are running, whether you are there or not there. It makes sure that you are building a culture for your team. And everybody can do it, including even the newest person. You will avoid boredom in your team. You will not be like guesswork. You will be operating on what has been proven to work. So this is the formula. We call it CFIA formula for your network marketing success. How does it go? Remember, it is a formula, but there is no way you can start from down here going upwards. No. You have to start from the top there going downwards. You have to begin from the C, contacting. Then you go to the I, inviting. The next thing is P, presenting. Then F is follow-up and closing. The other one is enrolling and upgrading. The other one is retaining, and lastly is events. You can follow this keenly. And every other single day, study, invest. You know what I talked about, analyzing and adjusting? You make sure you are learning something new for every other particular skill under that formula. So now let's begin from the top here. Whether it is for the opportunity you want to sponsor somebody, or it is for the sake of the product, it has to begin from here. The C, which stands for contacting. Contacting, or in other words, you normally call it prospecting. You have to begin by getting other people's contacts. Then afterwards, you don't rush. Again, remember, there's a difference between the first one and the second one. And you do each one at a time. I will repeat that. You do each each at a time. You don't want to contact and at the same time you want to invite. It is step by step. You don't want to invite and at the same time you're presenting. You don't want to present and at the same time you're closing, you're answering questions. No. That is why in every presentation, for me, I tell them, I will allow you to ask questions after I'm done with the presentation. Why? Because I have a system. I know what I exactly need to cover. So that even tomorrow, when I have my new champion who is presenting, they will not have people asking questions before they are done with the presentation. They can do their presentation, then now for the questions, they can call me and I can chip in. As an upline, I can help in handling of the objections system. If you're following, I want you to type down system at the comment chat box and a system. System. Write down the word system. I want to be sure that you guys are getting what I'm presenting. Yeah. So contacting. Then after contacting, the next thing is inviting. Invitation is now connecting your prospects to a third-party tool. In many cases, we come from, we all have a different system. There are those that will invite people, will connect people to third-party tools. The third-party tool can be a one-on-one presentation. The third-party tool can again be an online presentation. Maybe you've done a video and you've recommended somebody to listen and watch the video. The third-party tool can be the BOPs, the business opportunity presentation, the business opportunity meetings, where you invite people to come and listen to what is exactly happening during the presentation. But just make sure it is a third-party tool. That is the most important thing. Of course, presentation, it will be done by either you or somebody else. But most importantly, make sure it is a third-party tool. It is not you doing it. It is not you doing it. It is a tool doing it for you. Then the other one is follow-up and you close. You close somebody by letting them make a decision, whether they are coming on board right away or they would like to get the next exposure. If they are not doing that right away, you have to follow them up. And you normally say that fortune lies on follow-up. So many people will not want to be signed up the very day they hear the presentation. They will take some time. It will be an exposure to exposure to exposure. And that is why this formula is there. Then when somebody is ready, you enroll them and you help them sign up or let them be upgraded. Then the last two, they're the most important. In fact, the first two, the last two, they're the most important. Why? The P, somebody can do it for you. Follow-up and closing, our events can do it for you. Our powerful stories in BF SUMA can do it for you. Other people's success stories can do it for you. For the presentation, we can have the top leaders, you are applying the tools. The tools can do it for you. Enrolling is not even a skill, just signing somebody up, say straight away. So the first two and the last two, they are the most critical and important ones. First one is prospecting, getting the contacts, then inviting them, connecting them to a third-party tool. Then lastly, it is retaining, coaching people step by step, orienting them. Orientation should be done in exactly not more than 48 hours after somebody has signed up. Because that is where many of us go wrong. Somebody signs up, they stay a whole month even without knowing the basics. By the time they are coming back, they faced a lot of rejection. They don't even want to listen to you. They don't want to hear from you. They don't even want your stories. They think you lie to them because they've gotten other different stories from those that are not yet part of the business. So contacting, inviting, very important. Retaining, coaching, training your people, helping them to change their mindset. Because truth be told, many of us, before we joined this business, we didn't have the right entrepreneurship mindset. We had a funny mindset. Many of us were thinking like employees. So that is why it took our upline a lot of effort to help us in converting and change having what we call the mindset paradigm shift. To start thinking like entrepreneurs. And that is what you will be needed and required to also do to your new people coming on board. You have to help in changing their mindset. You have to give them the skills. Contacting. How am I contacting people? How am I talking to my friends? How am I talking to strangers? When I meet people on the streets, how do I approach them? When I meet people in the events, how do I get their contacts? How am I supposed to invite them? When I meet them in a birthday party, in a wedding, how am I supposed to speak to them? Which steps am I supposed to follow? When I meet them online, if I go on TikTok, what am I supposed to do? When somebody follows me, am I supposed to follow them back? What kind of message am I supposed to send them? If it's on Instagram, somebody has liked your photo, do I just leave them? Or what kind of message am I supposed to sent to them. That is part of retaining. We started with the mindset. The place for helping them change their mindset. Let them read the books. Let them follow other networkers, other people that are doing the same business we are doing. Let them invest heavily in learning about the health industry. Because in as much as we are in a network marketing industry, we are dealing with health products. Let them invest heavily in learning. What are the trends in the health industry? Yeah? Let them follow other people that are speaking about health. Let them attend events. Let them attend meetings of people speaking about health, speaking about networking. That is part of retaining them mindset-wise. Let them follow. Let them read books. Let them listen to audios, videos, watch the videos. Let them also, again, get results. Because there is nothing that excites a new person that you've just sponsored like getting results, their first results. Even if it is their first client, their first PV, their first new sign-up, that alone will excite them the most. So retaining mindset-wise, skill set-wise, and last one is events. Promote events. Let them attend all the BOMs, business opportunity meetings, summer presentations. Let them attend the trainings. Today's training will not be the last one. We'll have other more trainings. So let them keep attending those other meetings. Let them attend the meetings, because there's what I know, there's what I don't know. There's what another leader knows. There's what management knows that we don't know. So let them attend as many meetings as possible. And that is how they'll keep on getting equipped with what they need to change their mindset, get a new skill, and start getting results. That is that. Now, let's begin from here. In the first one, which is the C&I recruiting. The recruiting strategy that for me I use, one, it has to begin with having a prospecting plan, guys. If you don't have a plan, failing to plan is actually planning to fail. So it has to begin from there. Do we all have a prospecting plan? Do we all know what strategy are we using? What platform are we using? What is the target of the contacts we would like to get at the end of each and every other single day? So begin by having a prospecting plan. That is number one. My strategy. The other one is contacting. How do you contact people? Are you using calls? Are you using WhatsApp? Are you using SMS? Like for me, every time I get a new contact, I have to text them via WhatsApp. Even if it is my mechanic, I have to get their contact, text them via WhatsApp. Even if I'm just saying, thank you for your nice service today. Send back, my number is Patrick. Because I know that contact that has been saved, it doesn't go in vain. That contact that has been saved, it might not be about them, but they might have a son, they might have a daughter, they might have a brother, sister who is in need of what I'm offering, either the product or the opportunity. So for me, I always want to make sure that I've texted them via WhatsApp. We've connected, they've saved my number as well. I can view their status, they can also view my status. And afterwards, I'll again, if they are of the age, which is most likely active on social media, I'll send them a broadcast to tell them to follow me on my social media platforms. Just like that, as a way of connecting. So when it comes to contacting, now what exactly do you do? What tools are you using? I talked about the tools earlier. Do you have a contact list builder, or do you only trust your phone? Do you have a book where you write all your confirmations? Like for majority of my team members already, they know we are having an event which is happening on Saturday. All of them have a form where they are writing down all the confirmation. Somebody has confirmed, you write them down. Somebody has confirmed, you write them down. That is part of the tool. We have the contact list builder. Then when it comes to saving the contact, how are you saving? How are you saving them? Do they have one common word that you can use to follow them up? In the near future, if you want to contact everybody who has ever shown interest with the opportunity, how do you locate them? Or do you just save them with Jen, James, Evans? Or is there something else you had on top of that? Do you remain visible? Very important. You have to remain visible. It doesn't matter whether you are remaining visible physically or you are remaining visible online, but you have to remain visible. As a networker, our business is a loud business. If you can hear me, let's type at the comment chat box. SUMA is a loud business. Network marketing is a loud business. If you are following, I want to see your comments. It is a loud business. Let me hear. Let me see you typing. You have to remain visible. It's a loud business. This is not business for people that want to say, you know, I'm an introvert. We are also introverts. I'm also an introvert and I'm doing it so well. But the moment you come on board, there is nothing like introverts in creating success. Hear me and hear me quite well. There is nothing like introverts in creating success. Introverts is elsewhere, not in business. In fact, it is the introverts who do so well in businesses. So don't tell yourself you are an introvert. So that is something you can change. So remain visible and then be organized. You are in a multi-billion-dollar business, so be organized. If people who are running 1,000 business can stay organized, and they have their work organized, wamejipanga vizuri. If it is their tools, wamepanga vizuri. What time are they making the calls? How are they making the calls? They even write down. Many of the times currently, when you are visiting every building, they have a book where you write your name, your ID, and your phone number. Are they stupid? No. They are doing that as a way of following you up. They are organized. Now to you, are you also organized? Do you have the tools that you use in tracking your business, tracking your customers, tracking your prospects, those that are interested in your opportunity? So be organized. Now, somebody is raising up their hand. Anyway, let's move on. Next one, look at this. What is prospecting? It is the process of identifying by getting the contact. Secondly, connecting with people and starting conversations with people who may be interested in either using our products, or secondly, starting the business, or somebody would like to plug in and become part of the business. And prospecting is like sowing the seeds. There is no way ever you will ever want to harvest without planting. Same case. There is no way you will ever want to have a team if you are not willing to prospect and get the contact. So the same formula I had shared earlier, it has to follow each other. You have to get the contact for you to invite. You have to invite for you to present. You have to present for you to close. You have to close for you to follow up. Either mtu akwambia yes niko tayari, you sign them up. Or if they are not ready, you follow them up. After following up, the next thing is you enroll them. After enrolling, you have to retain and coach them. It doesn't end there. And you have to promote many other more events and meetings. Because that is where now continuously they'll get shaped. So that is what prospecting is. We are moving on. Why is prospecting the first step? Why is it so very important? It is because no prospects simply means no one to invite. And I'm telling you, many of us who lack a prospect. If you go back and analyze your business from the month of January, the first half of the year, the first quarter and second quarter of the year, and you realize your business has been struggling, just go back and look at this one thing. You never had the prospects. That is why you also never had somebody to invite. And your entire team followed suit. It is as simple as that. Reason why you realize your business was in a way not performing so well, it begins from there. But the moment you are getting constant, continuous flow of the prospects, you will have more than enough people to invite. Even if you invite one today and they are not ready, you will have another one tomorrow. You will invite another one the other day, the other day, the other day. You will never even take any rejection personal. Why? Because you have many other more people waiting for you. You will have many other people waiting for you. You grow your influence and visibility. By the way, by just doing the prospecting, that is how continuously you are connecting with new people every other single day. And that's how you grow your influence, both physically and also online on social media. And that is how you grow your visibility. The other one is you build trust and relationship before even presenting the opportunity. That's so important for you to get the contact first. Yani step by step, because that's how you're building trust. Otherwise, if you just get somebody and you want to present without even them knowing you, knowing what you exactly do, you've not created that relationship. You are losing it all. Different types of prospecting. Warm market prospecting and cold market prospecting. Warm market, it is from the people that you knew, those that you are kind of connected. Those ones, you start conversations naturally. The cold market, you have to begin by warming them up. You have to start by warming them up. It is people you don't know yet, people that you've never met with them online or maybe in person. You have to be relatable. You have to make them curious. And most importantly, you have to begin by creating the rapport, by creating a relationship. An example would be, for the warm market that you know, you would say something like, hey, I've started something exciting and I thought of you. But right now, it is not the right time to share with you. Allow me to invite you for a one-on-one presentation, or allow me to invite you to a presentation where they'll be talking about how to partner with this new amazing venture. And don't be the one who is doing it by yourself. Always have a third-party tool. By just saying that, you can have continuous flow of people coming to you. But many of us make a mistake of wanting to present everything. Oh, there are cars. This is how you get the car in the SUMA. This is how you get the travel. They will not listen to you. Trust you me. They will not listen to you. But if you can connect them to a third-party tool, you end up winning them. You tell them, by the way, I am also going there to listen. The very first time I heard about it, I didn't quite clearly understand about it. But I'm going there for a second time so that I can get to understand better. And because you are my friends, can we go together so that you can see whether it's something worth partnering with, and you give me your honest opinion. By the time now you go for the third-party tool, whether it's an event, there are many events always happening. Then you tell them, hey, from what I've seen here today, for me, I'm converted. Me, I'm in. What do you think your friend will say? What do you think your brother will say? What do you think your auntie, your uncle, your grandma will say? They'll also say, I'm in. You mean I've seen somebody who is of my age and they're traveling to Singapore. Why not me? But it has to begin with you. Tell them, from what I've heard here today, me, I'm converted. How about you? My sister, my brother, my cousin, my who and who, they'll automatically be converted. For the call to market, you can say something like, someone you don't even know. I love connecting with positive-minded people who want more out of life. What is your focus these days? Or you can, if you're connecting with people on social media, you can just say something like, thank you for following me. I hope to keep you inspired. Then after some time, you can go back and say, I've been following you. I've checked your profile. And I can see you could perform well in what I do. Where are you currently located? That already creates some curiosity. I talked about curiosity. In a way, you are friendly. They've now started relating. They will come back and check at your profiles. What are you doing? They will, in a way, you've started building that relationship. And that is how eventually they'll be converted to have interest in exactly what you are doing. Now, for the new distributors, if it is already for somebody you know, for those people that you know, from the who do you know list, it has to begin from here. And this is part of what you can do to easily convert them. You begin by having that list, the name list. I know our uplines always will get us started from there. They will want us to have the name list. Then from the name list, you first of all begin by identifying the eagles. Those are the people you start with, out of your goals, leaders. Then the chickens can wait. We'll work on them later. But the steps are very simple. Having the list, then secondly is you ask whether they are open to get further information, to hear from your story. If it is somebody who is above you, listen, you will want to get their opinion because you respect them. If it is somebody you are almost in the same level, somebody you are in the same school, your partner or anything, then you'll want them to partner with you, and you'll want to do it together with them. If it's somebody who is below you, then ask as if it's help you would like to get from them. Very simple. Then number 3 is you connect. Use a tool. Your upline, use the meeting. Simple as that. Have a list, ask and connect. Have a list, ask and connect. Guys, are we still following? Type a 2. If you are still following and if you're learning, that is for the new distributors. Then we come to the next thing, which is the daily prospecting formula. For me, this is how it goes. It has to begin from new conversations, starting new conversation daily. And it is your daily job. Just like a teacher goes to school every day to teach, your work as a networker, as a BFMA distributor, it is starting new conversations each and every other single day. That is what will take you to senior ground leader. I'm telling you, you treat it like your daily job, not like a hobby, no, like a job. Just like the same way a driver wakes up every day in the morning, knowing that my job is to drive. So apart from driving, there is nothing else I can do. I'm a driver. This is my work. So your work is creating new conversations, starting new daily conversation with new people every day. Then afterwards, you invite them, inviting them to learn more. Every invite, of course, opens a door to either a sign up or to somebody who will connect you to a third-party tool. Then, of course, the next thing is presentation. We do it daily. We have a system that allows us to have the presentations happening every other single day. Whether it is physical, whether it is online, there is a presentation happening every other single day. Then the next thing is closing. We have a closing system that we are closing people every day. You are getting feedbacks every day because you present it to people every day. What this does, it will get out of it gets you out of your comfort zone. I'm telling you, there is no way you can go back to sleep, yet you are not closing somebody, and other people are closing, and that is part of the system. Third time for the closing, what else are you doing? If you're not closing, then what are you doing? There's a time for closing every day. There's a time for presentation every day. There's a time for the OJTs, invitations, collecting the contacts, starting new conversations. And of course, there is time for the follow-ups. So that is my prospecting formula. The next thing which is very important in matters the heart of sponsorship is always very important to know your ideal prospects. Know your ideal prospects. You are a business person, you don't want to have everyone coming on board. You know, you attract who you are. If you just get, I tell people, if you always want to get sign-ups and sign-ups of people that are always disturbing you, they always have issues. They are the same ones who never have enough fare. Even right now, they have not attended this meeting because they didn't have data. Just imagine the kind of team they want to build. They will again end up building a team of other people who are also having the same similar challenges. They never have enough data. That is the kind of team you'll end up building. A team of people who never have enough data. Simple as that. So it's very important you know your ideal prospect. It's very important to know that not everyone is fit for your particular product. You have to like unpick them like with a toothpick. You have to target those angry for change because not everyone who is angry. That is why when we were starting, I shared my story and somebody who had joined the meeting were wondering, hey, is this true or not true? They were asking some funny questions. Why? Because they are allergic to such kind of things. Now, those are not the kind of people you need in your network, I'm telling you, because they'll be scared. They'll hear of the good things happening in PF SUMA and they will get mesmerized. So target those angry for success and those that believe it is possible and doable. Those that believe earning $1 million per month, earning 10 million per month is possible and doable. Doing it in the legit way. Those are the kind of people you need in your team. Focus on people looking for time and financial freedom, those that are highly interested with leadership, and they also like personal development. You will have an easier team building a team with these people because they know time and financial freedom is not something that comes easy. That one already they know. It doesn't come easy. So they'll be ready to keep pushing no matter what. Secondly, somebody who wants leadership, they are ready for that. Because our business requires us to do what? To have the leadership skills. And it also requires us to invest heavily in personal development. Let me try go very fast because of time. I have like 3 slides remaining, then we can call it an evening. So focus on people who are greater than you. Let me give you an example. Many are the times when which example do I use? When any of us here today goes to the bank and you want to prospect, many of us, instead of targeting the manager, many of us will target the cleaner. Why? Because they fear, oh, what do I tell the manager? Let me just focus on getting the cleaners. Let me focus on getting the janitor. They don't want to, they fear approaching the manager without knowing the manager can, in a way, bring the entire people in that particular given bank. So what is the kind of mindset you are having? Are you the one who is focusing on just bringing the janitor, or you'll focus to bring the manager? Always endeavor to focus on having people who are greater than you, and you will see your business change. Your art of sponsoring people changes for good. Focus on the Eagles list, the Eagles contacts, not chicken list, the chicken contacts. What am I trying to say? In the market, we have a mixture of both chickens and eagles. So give the eagles the first priority. You are a business person, so always take calculated risk. Take calculated risk. Always take a risk of sponsoring somebody whom you for sure can see some signs of them becoming your next leader. Some signs of them becoming your next senior crown leader. In as much as we say, do not prejudge, it is in good order. You also take calculated risk. Don't just bring everyone on board, or everyone, and you say whoever catches up, whoever doesn't. You are a business person. You are an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurs take calculated risks. So that is that. Always know your ideal prospects. The next one, master sponsoring the heart. Now, a few things we all need to note. Firstly, you have to keep it very simple and natural. How you do your invitations? I said for the first part, I'll focus so much on the C&I, which involves the following: contracting, which I've talked about, which is prospecting, and secondly is the art of invitations. While you are doing your invitations, it's very important you keep it simple and natural. Don't over explain. Invitation is strictly invitation. You don't start explaining so much. The same way, when you want to invite your friends for your birthday party, your wedding ceremony, you don't tell them, oh, you know, so and so will be there. We'll have a lot of rice. You only tell them the location and the time. The rest of the other things, they will know when they come. Same case to when you are inviting somebody, connecting somebody to a third party tool. Again, go for the numbers. To make it up in numbers, what you lack in skills. Many of us have not done quite well in sponsoring people just because you never want to work with enough numbers. You are always working with very few and less numbers. You make it up in numbers, what you lack in skills. So just work on the numbers. Again, number 3, connect to third-party tools. I already talked about that. If you're doing it yourself for the presentation, you'll end up losing it. But if you can invite people to connect them to a third-party tool, it makes everything easy for you. It doesn't matter whether you are an expert or you are a senior crowd leader or you are making all this money. No, just connect them to a third-party tool. And that makes work for you. And it also has duplication because people can follow what you do. You can have a new champion and you can show them what you do and they can do the same. But now, assuming you have a new champion and you are the one who is doing that, will they be able to do that? No. So that's not duplicable. So very important, you also mind your language. What kind of language are you using to invite your prospects before you even sign them up or before you sponsor them? Be in a hurry and always kiss your invitations. Keep it short, simple, and stupid. That's what I mean by kissing your invitation. Keep it short and very simple and very stupid. If they ask stupid questions, you also respond with stupid answers, but making it very short and making it very simple. Never, very important, never ever mention about requirements, because by so doing, you will be presenting, you will not be inviting. Don't mention that, for you to come on board, you need to buy a product. You also need to pay the $20. And for the $20 is equivalent to, I don't know what percentage. No, you don't need to do all that. Never mention that. Let them learn from the presentation because they learn and they'll know why. Do I need to buy the product? Why is the $20 required for me to sign up and get the kit? That is very important. Again, still under the heart of sponsorship, it's very important to learn how to tell your story. And I think for me, this is something I've perfected because I've used it to. That is why even for today's presentation, I never start a presentation. I never do a presentation. I never do an orientation. I never do an appointment before I start by sharing my story because I know the power in sharing the story. We say that in our business, facts will tell, but stories will sell. So if you can perfect the art of telling a story, you can sell almost everything. You can sponsor people. You will not have an issue to have people coming into your network. You will be sponsoring like wildfire. So learn how to tell stories, not facts. Facts will tell, but stories will sell. People remember and relate with stories, not just the data. Always share your story and your team's success story. Of course, after sharing your story, you might have somebody who is not relating with your story. You can share a story of somebody else. Like for me, if I get a story of somebody who is of the age of my own mom, I can use somebody else's story to convert and to help them make a decision. I'll share mine, yes, but I know they will highly relate with that other story. So I'll share my other team's success story. It should be very short, real, and very emotional. What do you cover when you're sharing the story? You should cover on the background, what you didn't like about your background, how you came across BFM opportunity, and how it has rescued you, how it has saved you from that which you didn't like from your background. What are your current results? And results doesn't really have to be the money. Results sio lazima ikuwe ni pesa. It doesn't have to be the money. No, there's a lot that you can attach to your results. Then, of course, where do you see yourself in the near future? Then you can give a call to action and an advice. I'm going very fast, guys. Three types of, now here is where it eats all of us. reasons why sponsoring has been an issue for you and me. I'm also included because I've not sponsored. I've not been called as a top sponsor in the entire company for a whole year consecutively. That's what I want. Until I can say, yes, I'm proud of what I've done in Butter sponsorship. And I've signed up somebody, sponsored them until they can now stand on their own. That's what I want. So the 3 types of non-recruiters, those that are not sponsoring, include the following. Listen and listen carefully. Number 1 is those that don't know how to. These ones, they're lacking the skills. So there's a challenge of the skill set. I know there's somebody who is hearing what I'm sharing here today for the very first time. So no offense. It is only that they didn't know. Now they've known. After this, it will be work and work and work. Itakuwa ni kazi tu. So that is a challenge of a skill set, which can be easily handled. You need challenge the skill set, okay? On the number 1 part, they just don't know how to. They are lacking the skills. When they learn the skills, they can for sure put in the work. If you are there and that was you, I'm hoping after this, we'll put in the work and we'll change the way we sponsor people. Secondly, those that they know, but they have the fear. Then number 3, they know, they don't fear, but they are very inconsistent. Number 2 and 3 is the challenge of the mindset. And the challenge of the mindset, it is only you who can save you. That is like a mountain, and the only mountain you have to climb is you. You know what you're supposed to do, but you have the fear. Now, whose challenge is that? You know, we've always been told that fear has 2 meanings. It is either you face everything and rise, the first one is what? Write for me at the comment chat box. Fear has 2 meanings. The first one is you face everything and rise. Then second one is do what? Guys, are we still following? Forget everything and run. Am I right? Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. Fear has 2 meanings. So number 1, it's very much understandable. Number 1 is a challenge of the skill. It is okay. Somebody can learn and they can change their results. But number 2 and 3 are the worst ones. Somebody knows what they're supposed to do. I've covered about the system, the CFIA formula. It has to begin from getting the contacts. How many contacts are you getting per day? In my team, we have a mantra we call 30 contacts daily challenge. Yani meaning every day you have to go for 30 new contacts, 30 new contacts, 30 new contacts, 30 new contacts. That is the mantra. It is the slogan. But there are people who know what they are supposed to do, but they fear doing it. So fear has 2 meanings, and everything you want, it is always on the other side of fear, whether you like it or not. So for this one, I can't help. It is only you who can help yourself. The only thing you can do is changing your mindset. So stop fearing. Either you forget everything and run, or you face everything and rise. What are we choosing? Do you want to run and forget everything, or do you want to rise? Which one do you want? Those that want to face everything and rise, type a 1. Those that want to forget everything and run, type a 2. Let me see whether I'm going to get a 2. Is there any 2? Is there any 2? So that is that. So that is a challenge of the mind. Thirdly, no, they don't fear, but they are very inconsistent. Inconsistency is a deadly sin we have in network marketing. Inconsistency is a deadly sin that we have in network marketing. Doing it today and forgetting to do it tomorrow. This is your career. So why can't you treat it like a career? Why do you want to treat it like a hobby? It's your career. The same way other people have careers. The same way other people keep committing into it every other single day. So let's all stay committed to it every other single day. So the first one, skill set, we can help. Secondly, it is only you can help you. So after this meeting, you can decide whether I will still have fear. I don't want to talk to people. You know, I fear rejection. What will people say? If I go on TikTok with my age, what will people say? I don't know how to use it. What if I make a mistake? Make the mistake and learn from the mistake. Stop fearing to make the mistake. If it is that video you want to do, go do the video. If it is approaching people offline, approach them. They can't kill you. The only thing they can say is a no. The only thing they can do is rejecting the opportunity, rejecting what you've told them, not you. They are not rejecting you, so stop taking it personal. Many of us fear that. Many people who never sponsor fear rejection. And that is a challenge of the mindset. You change that and you'll have changed everything. Now, let's move on. hizo mbili, those two is a challenge of the mind, and it's only you can change it. The first one is a skill set, and that I hope we've addressed through this meeting and many other meetings that will come. Now, look at this. This is from one of my top mentors, who is called Eric Worre. Eric Worre is one of the people that many of us follow, and this is what Eric Worre says in matters of business, in matters the art of sponsorship. It says that your success is directly tied to your willingness to amplify your message. The thing is amplifying your message. Amplify. We can type amplify at the comment chat box. Amplifying your message. And for the leaders, you can kindly take some nice videos and photos and share them in the groups, so that after this, at least the message can sink. And we can all exercise networkers make. Number one, they whisper when they should be shouting. That is the first mistake we make. First mistake why we don't sponsor enough people. They whisper when they should be shouting. Number two, they post once when they should post daily. You can imagine if Eric Worre is in the 60s, I'm sure he's 50 plus years, and he can say this and he can follow it keenly. Then why not me? Why am I posting once when I'm supposed to be posting daily? Why am I speaking about my business once when I'm supposed to be doing that daily? The other number three is they reach out once when they should follow up consistently. Inconsistency. I've just talked about that. Many people know what they're supposed to do. They don't fear, but they do it inconsistently. So they hold one event when they should be planning for the next 5. And I think that's what you've seen our company do. They have a plan of the entire year. This particular month, we have this event. This particular month, we have this event. So why can't we follow suit and also keep doing what we're supposed to do? So, be a mall for success in the heart of sponsorship. Of course, start with a list. I'm repeating again, start with a list. Prospect, whether it is DMing, whether it is face-to-face, whether it is the list that you know, who do you know list, whether it is referrals, whether it is customers, those that have been using the products, they've gotten well. Whether you are doing the adverts, all of them work. Just identify and have your 3 major ones, and the rest can now follow. The other one is contacting. How many people are you contacting per day? How many presentations? How many people are you connecting to your tool? How many people are listening or attending to your tool every other single day? So the other one is follow up and use tools. Tools can include a meeting, an outline, a video, an event. All those are still part of what we can use. Now, very important as we finish up, my second last slide. Self-talk is very important in the art of sponsorship. What you tell yourself when you think about sponsoring people. Sponsoring, again, it is the entire process where you begin from collecting the contact until you are retaining people in your business. You're having, like what they were doing for Malindi and Masai Mara promotion. They wanted you to help that new person you got get the PVs, and that is what qualified you to travel to the Mara or to Malindi. A very wonderful and excellent move by the company management. So it is affected by what you tell yourself. Self-talk. What you tell yourself shapes how you do the art of prospecting. So some of the things you need to start telling yourself, they are the following. Number one, always tell yourself you are a recruiting magnet. You are a sponsoring magnet. You can sponsor like water. Secondly, always tell yourself, I am a professional life changer. Everyone I meet, I have to change their life because that's what I do. That is actually my profession. What you tell yourself matters the most. The kind of self-talk, the kind of affirmation you're doing to yourself. The next one is everyone wants to join me. For me, every time I see people, I don't ever think of people not joining me. I only see them wanting to join me. I only see me having good problems of supporting all these people because almost everybody wants to join me. And that is how I'll end up sponsoring many, many people. The next one is I'm meeting people all the time. That is a positive self-talk. A negative one, somebody says there are no people. Almost everybody I meet, they are not interested. So there are no people. But a positive self-talk is that there are people. Because for me, I know people are there. Unless you are hiding from the people. The other one is how many lives will I change today? As you wake up in the morning, as you start your activities, that is another positive self-talk question you need to ask yourself. How many lives are you going to touch today? How many lives are you going to change? Who is the next person you're sponsoring? And in 1 year's time, they'll be a Kawadi. They'll be a senior crown leader. They'll be a senior diamond leader. They'll have qualified for the travel. Keep asking yourself that. And that's how constantly you end up attracting the right people. How lucky is this person that I'm about to invite them to a one-on-one, to attend a presentation, to come for the BOP, to come for the BOM? How lucky is that person? Yani, they need you more than you need them. If you tell yourself that, for sure they'll come needing you. And they will be rushing for the presentation. The other one is everyone wants to know what you do, and you end up converting them. Lastly, some of the recruiting philosophy I've used to work on the heart of sponsorship. One is working with the willing. It is easier to run with 1,000 than to drag one dead body. 20% is skills, 80% is mindset, guys. The biggest percentage is on the mindset. A very small percentage is what skills will take. And that's why in the objections, I say number one, we can help for the skills. Like in the other two, for those that have the fear, those that fear rejection, those that are very inconsistent, those that want to procrastinate, it is only changing your mindset that can help. It's not about you, it's about the person in front of you. It's not about you, it's about the person in front of you and all they can lead you to. The moment you approach people with that, honestly, it changes the entire game for you. Don't mind the person you are meeting or the contact you are getting. It's about what they can lead you to. That is what is way more important. So after recruiting, what next? You focus on sponsoring your people. This is the last slide I'm sharing, then we can call it a day. But give me a minute. I connect my laptop to charger. All right, so let's finish up with this. My last slide, which is now on you've recruited, you've signed people up. So the next thing is how do you sponsor them? How do you sponsor those that you've just recruited? Understand the understanding, of course, what sponsoring is. Am I back? Am I audible? Hello, am I back? Some emojis kindly if I'm back. All right, thank you. Yeah. So a few tips that can help you to work on that. First one is understand there's a difference between recruiting and sponsoring. I think I've explained on that. Anyone can recruit, but not everybody who can sponsor. Yeah, I think I'd also talked about that. Sponsoring means investing your time with your new recruits. It means taking them through the practical basics that we do. From their day one, day two, or for me, orientation takes the next 90 days. So for 90 days, I'm always with them. And there's a system that I'm following. This is what we do. How do you check your account? How do you calculate your bonus? PD, what do you expect? Set the right expectations. I'm investing my time with my new recruits. It means working with them and building relationship. Build that relationship so that even if they are not making the money, already they are there to stick with you for the longest, because there's what they've seen they've seen light at the end of the tunnel. Invest your time. Investing your time will increase your retention rate. That is the people you're able to retain, and that's what we call sponsorship. And that gives you a good residual income, the leverage that we have talked about. It will give them the resources to help them learn both on the product and on the business as well. Invest in training your new people. That is why as a leader, you're not supposed to wait everything to be taught to you. No, go out of your way, do your own research. Read books, listen to videos, do all you can. Get the skills and later share the same with your people. Invest in training your people. A disclaimer, only invest time with the deserving, not just with those that are ready and willing to build a business. Being ready is different with the deserving. There is a difference between somebody who is wanting and somebody who is deserving. Organize your structure, and we shall all be doing it right when it comes to sponsoring our people. Understand you need a team, you need a network. Recognize that you are in someone else's team. You are not where you are by an accident. No, there are people that feel it's like the team that I am in, I'm not supposed to be there. No. Stop thinking about shortcuts, timing, and positioning. You are in the right team. There is a reason why God placed you there. Again, draw your structure, your legs. Who are the people that you sponsored? Where have you placed them? How are you exactly growing your legs? It's very important you work on that. Look at that structure daily. Value the leaders that make your structure. And most importantly, build and sponsor people around those leaders. Like, for example, when you get started, your first main goal is to get to senior diamond leader. You are 3 leaders. Are you constantly sponsoring people in those legs? Because they are your legs. They are not your downline's leg. Many of us want to blame our downlines. They are not working. That's why I'm not growing to a new rank. The question is, in the past 1 month, how many people have you sponsored in that leg of yours? Because they are your legs. Ni miguu zako. They are your legs. So how many people have you sponsored in that first leg, second leg, and the third leg before you complain, before you blame your upline, before you blame your team and your downlines? So value the leaders and build, sponsor people around them. Work hard on increasing the leaders that make your structure. The more the leaders you have in every leg, the more stable that leg is. The more the leaders you have in each leg, the more stable the leg is. So work hard on increasing the leaders that make your structure and make sure all your legs are working. If you're starting the 3 legs, let them have the positive competition. Make sure that in everything they are well represented. If it's in a meeting like this one, make sure all your 3 legs are well represented. All the people that you sponsor, they are well represented. And that's how you will have understood the art of sponsorship. Understand it takes time, of course, to build the strong legs. And that is why you need to continuously keep on building leaders that make that structure, that leg. So focus on inviting quality people. I think I talked about the Eagles, and move with the moving. So for this one, I don't want to cover because time is far much gone. And that marks the end of my presentation. I might have taken a little bit longer, but I'm hoping you've gotten something. Again, we are not robots, we are not machines. We are all humans. It doesn't matter part of what I've covered is the right thing. I just added on top of what you knew and what I do and what has given me results. That was my time. Once again, my name is Patrick WAMBUA, a very super excited distributor of this company, BF SUMA. I'm a crown leader currently, and I'm the next senior crown leader in the making. So thank you so much, and I'll give it back to the host of the day. That was my time. That was my presentation. See you at the top. And let's put BF SUMA where it belongs. If all of us can sponsor massively, we can grow people and you can create leaders, then we shall lead when others are following and lead by very far because already we are leading. Thank you, and I'll give it back to Mercy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick. And based on the reactions in the chat section all through, I think there's a lot of insights that have been shared. And there's also appreciation for your time as well. So thank you very much for agreeing to this and the impact it has had. Perhaps since we've only a few minutes to 10, maybe we can just give way to just a few questions. Because I'm sure there's someone who might have participated in this and they might have something that they would want to ask. And one of the questions that I'd seen earlier on during the presentation was, is there a recommended number of people that someone should be talking to on a daily basis in order to have a prospecting list or to have that funnel system going on?
All right, thank you for that. First of all, to many of us who might be having that question, I would recommend after this you go and listen to a video that talks about the law of the average. It has what we call the 10% conversion rate. So what does that say? Out of every 10 people you talk to, 1 of them will be interested. Out of every 10 people that you talk to, only 1 will be interested. Out of 10 who are interested, only 1 will want to listen to what you have to share with them. So meaning only 1 will attend to your presentation. Out of every 10 that will attend a presentation, only 1 will sign up. Out of every 10 signing up, only 1 will for sure be sponsored, and they will grow to become a leader, meaning you'll have retained them. So the conversion rate is 10:1. So if you are aiming at getting 10 people come for the presentation, then what are you supposed to do? 10 people. So meaning I have to talk to many people, then they'll get converted. I'll get many of them 100 interested. Out of the 100 interested who have gotten their contact, I will convert 10 who will come for the presentation. And out of the 10, I'll have one who is almost automatically signing up. But again, this goes with the level of the skill somebody has. As time goes by, as you invest heavily with your level of skills, the conversion rate goes higher. It will come from 10:1 to 10:2, 10:3, 10:4, 10:5, all the way to now, almost getting to a point of converting everybody. So the conversion rate is 10:1. If you want to get 10 interested, then you have to prospect 100. If you want to get 10 coming for the training, you have to have confirmed people, 10 for you to get the one coming for the session. As you work, upgrade on your level of skills, then the conversion rate goes higher. And that is why attending such meetings, it's always very important, because that helps in increasing your conversion rate. So go and watch that video, The Law of the Averages by Jim Rohn.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. That has been greatly answered. So perhaps two more, because I feel there's one who has asked something on leader development, which I feel would be a great topic for another day. So allow us to get to that. Two questions that have been asked, perhaps as we also close. One, someone is asking, and a very good question, is it okay to be inviting prospects every day? That is the first question. And the last question of the night is to elaborate on third-party tools.
Thank you. Let me cover on those two questions. The first one is from Ara Moffat, I guess, all the way from Zambia. Is it okay to be inviting prospects every other single day? It's very big okay. I mean, if that is what will bring your success closer, then why wait? Why invite them once in a month, once in a week? Why can't you do it daily? For me, that's what I do. Every other single day, there's a presentation. Every other single day, there's a presentation. Even when I'm inviting my people, they always know there's a presentation happening every other single day. So I will invite them for the next, like for example, if I get a contact right now, I will not give them, today is on Thursday. I'll give them either Saturday and Monday. I'll give them the next 2 days from the exact day when I'm inviting them. So if you want to compress on the time frame, what could have taken you a whole year to achieve, you want to compress it in achieving it in exactly 3 months, then what do? Do your invitations every other single day, because that's what you do. Why do you want to invite once in a week? Do it daily and you'll see the results. So it's advisable. There's no problem with that. Then the other one is I emphasize on the third-party tool. Third-party tool, like for me, what we do locally here in Kenya, we have the BOPs, the business opportunity presentation. In some of the offices, we have trainings happening every other single day. We have a trainer who is training. So that is a third-party tool. When I have a guest, I will not tell them I'm a crown leader, so you just come, I will train you until you understand. No, I know they will not understand me. So what do? I will connect them to a third party. I will tell them I have a presentation that is happening, which can help you understand better on how this amazing opportunity works. If I gave you a chance, would you create time and attend? Then many of them will say, yes, why not? They will come attend the presentation. Then for me, I will do the closing part. I will handle the objections. If they are ready, I will sign them up. When somebody else is doing it on your behalf, it becomes easier. It is kind of professional than when you are doing it by yourself. Again, it is also duplicable, because even a new champion, somebody who joined yesterday, can invite somebody who will come for a presentation, and a trainer or a leader will be doing the presentation. And that new person can get a sign up based on that, because there is a tool that we've been using in doing the presentation. So it can either be a BOP, it can again be an upline. Maybe you are still pretty new, and in that very day, we didn't have a BOP, a business opportunity presentation. So you can connect them to a leader. The simple term is don't do it yourself. Connect them to a third-party tool, either an upline, either a business opportunity meeting, or a video, or a Zoom meeting like this one, where somebody else is doing the presentation. Let them listen. Then afterwards, you ask them, have you heard for yourself? Are we ready? Can we get started? What are your objections? Are you ready now? Okay, can I give you the next exposure? So that is an example of what a third party tool is. Thank you. I guess I've answered the two questions.
Yes. So I know I've said those were the last one, but because this is quite relevant and something that many of our members struggle with, how do you prospect someone who is of a higher financial level than you?
That's another good one. That's another good one. And that is, again, it's connected to the question that I've just answered. It is connected to the third party tools. For somebody who is higher than you, I mean, when it's you is closing the mama presenting to them, they will not easily relate what we exactly want to share with them. That is the power of a rule we call ABC rule. Somebody can help to type that at the comment chat box. ABC rule. ABC rule. ABC rule. Yeah, it's called the ABC rule. Yeah, that is the rule where you connect somebody who is above you, your upline. Then you connect the prospects to your upline, who will act as a bridge to your client or your customer. There is that which you don't know. You've gotten a client who is of higher levels than you, maybe in matters their profession, to an upline or a leader who is in the same level like them. At least when they talk in such levels, they can easily relate and understand each other. The good thing is they will not be signing up or joining under that person. It is just a way of helping you to convert your high-end prospects. So again, a third party tool applies on that as well. Your upline can be a third party tool. If you don't have an upline who is fit for that, then there are many leaders. You can always find somebody who is fit for that job. Either in the offices, online, you can do a three-way call. It can be in the office, it can be a Zoom meeting like this one, and they will easily help you in converting the people. Me, there are people I've closed through my top leaders. I just connect them to my top leaders who have the results already. Maybe they're of the same age, profession-wise, and I've always converted them. Then as we go on, we can now start resonating and relating with each other. So for that one, we can use the third-party tools as well, the ABC rule.
Yeah.
Advisor, yeah, thank you. A stands for advisor, B is the bridge, then C is for the customer or the client. So advisor is your upline, then you are the bridge. You are the bridge to your client or your customer. That's what we mean by the ABC rule. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for those questions that have been answered. I still see there are more, so perhaps in the next session we'll be able to have a bigger time allocation for the Q&A. But all the same, we hope that you've had a chance to learn a lot, to especially strengthen where our weakness is. And genuinely, that is in the sponsorship. And it translates, of course, to even the kind of results that we produce. So wherever you are, regardless of whether you're in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, or even Zambia, or whichever part of the world, as long as you are definitely focused and committed to building a sustainable BFSUMA business, this is the one that you cannot afford to fail. No matter how far you go, there are no shortcuts here. So please take this to heart. The recording of this training, of course, will be shared just to make sure we understand. When it comes to actionable skills like this, repetition is very, very essential. So please ensure as well, you as a leader from our senior crown leaders who are present, platinum, gold members of whatever level you are, remember you're the vision bearer. So there is a lot to duplicate from this training and from other skills that you also require. So once again, thank you to Crown Leader Patrick WAMBUA for joining us tonight. And we hope that we'll be able to perhaps in future even have another session and discuss this further. So we've come to the end of our training today. So please implement. We still have our Leaders Camp promotion going on, and sponsorship PV is where majority of us are really struggling with. It's the last month. Test it practically and refine it until it's something that comes naturally to you. So thank you very much to our speaker, to all of you for making time and being here today. We hope that your life has been transformed from this. Follow up, follow up, follow up, and make it actionable. And again, a big thanks to Roy and Senior Crown Leader Innocent for putting this meeting together. So we appreciate you. And we hope in the future, when we have more time, yes, we'll let you know when we'll have our next training again, and engage with us. Also, let us know what you'd want to learn, aside from this part that we've learned about. So once again, to remind us, focus is very critical, and ensure that you are also walking the talk and giving it your best foot. So, and with that, we've come to the end of our session. Do have a good night and a productive month ahead. Let's keep the conversations growing. Thank you.